Yo 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 yo, how are you guys doing? I hope all of you are doing well, because I am not doing well. I am actually sick and I can barely breathe. But that is not gonna stop me from posting the GT video. I actually got 29 wins with Hog 2.6. Well, okay, later in the video you're not gonna see Hog 2.6, maybe the last game. But I still believe it was a sloppy finish, I would say, because I sold 3 matches before the 20 wins, and they were actually winnable, like very easily winnable, but it was just me being the classical Hog player and going very aggro and single. Anyway, enough yapping, we're up against E-Giant. That is a terrible matchup, like there is no E-Giant version that is a good matchup for 2.6, since most of them run NATO, Bowler and Evo Cage nowadays. Even Cannons, which I believe it's even worse at times for them if they know how to use it properly against 2.6. Here I kinda go for a terrible defense, but I still managed to defend and get maybe 800 damage, something like that, even 900. And he starts BMing because he knows those are actually game-winning damages if he would have had a brain and just clogged up in defense. But of course the classically giant player had to spam everything at the bridge and lose the game. And ironically, that's the only way you can actually win. If they have like 1 elixir cards, they can easily get away with that. That is the most annoying thing. From now on I kinda gotta play in a weird position, yeah, going always masks opposite lane, trying to force things out and kite everything that he plays opposite lane, which I end up doing. Those Evo Skellies were a misclick, 100%. There is no way a real human would think that those Evo Skellies would have even connected. Okay, that is cap, but please believe it. I start back with a mask in the back, trying to force him to lining that, which I do. I somehow think I can actually break through opposite lane, like that would be beneficial. That was just probably me tilting about the game and the matchup. But it wasn't even really that bad since I get the chance to go mask in the middle and clean up everything. And here I go with a classical 300 IQ move, baiting the boulder with the Ice Golem and going Hog Rider the opposite lane. Fortunately, I fireball a little bit late. That would have gotten me like 1 more hog shot if I would have been faster. But unfortunately I was low. We defend pretty easily with a mask cannon blocking the charge. And you're gonna witness greatness about this player. As you can see, I place an Ice Spirit and he immediately ability. I'm 100% sure he just kept spamming on the ability, but it's still okay. The bowler just doesn't want to die apparently, so I go for a last second Ice Golem, distracting everything and taking no damage. And he was way higher than me on Elixir, which was pretty annoying, but it's okay. I had to go on defense again, so pre-placing the cannon. That was kinda stupid of me going Musketeer immediately, since he could have NATO and lining if he would have had a brain. Unfortunately, he got me the chance to go Hog Rider the middle, since he spammed everything at 0. I also went for the Ice Golem just to stall a bit more, and go for a Musketeer in the middle and defend everything again. I could have probably went Skellies or something like that and get 1 E-Giant shot less, or something like that, but it was still pretty good. I distract the Golden Knight and go Hog Rider because I know his cycle is pretty terrible. I try to hit everything with a fireball, but I kinda miss. And up to this point, when I was playing, I didn't even realize I had gotten so much damage due to the Hog Riders punishing them. I do it again, distracting everything, go for a log to distract the bowler that he would have placed, and Hog Rider gets a shot. I still apply pressure to avoid giving him like free linings, though he still gets them, since it's triple elixir. And from now on I can just stall and fireball cycle. Of course, I had to BM that guy. There's no questioning in that. Anyway, next game was against Aaron. I knew the clan was actually pretty good, so I was thinking it was running something decent, something, I don't know, skillful, something like that. But as you can see, that is not a thing. Recruit's Boss Bandit is probably the most devious thing I've seen in a while. Like, up to this point he played Berserker, Mother Witch, and Wall Breakers. Why would I even think he's running Boss Bandit Recruits? I kinda start with a Musketeer in the middle just to, you know, force things out of him. I go for a terrible Hog Rider. I kinda played it at the same time when he played the Boss Bandit in the middle, maybe a little bit later. I stall, thinking he has like MK or something like that, and boy, I was wrong, like actually wrong. That forces a Musketeer in the middle. I kinda missed my Musketeer in the middle, but it's alright. Those are just 2 Wall Breakers plus 2 Recruits shot. He spent a lot of elixir, so I knew I had the chance to go in with Hog Rider Ice Golem. I also go for Ice Spirit opposite lane, in case he has a building, and avoid the other tower actually helping. And bro, the Berserker is actually crazy. I didn't even know the Berserker could have fully countered the Musketeer alone. That is just criminal. He had to play a lot of elixir. I knew his cycle wasn't even really that good, so he wasn't back to breakers. So I had no problem wasting Scallies and the cannon on his counter push. Though I knew I was actually down 3 elixir, maybe even 4. We're getting closer to the double elixir, and I believe I also got few unlucky interactions. Well, I could have played way safer, but I didn't really want to. He goes Boss Bandit on the opposite lane. I go Hog Rider to kite, tank, and let the Ice Golem do the thing. The Recruit dashes on my Spirit, blocking everything. Okay, Boss Bandit is just different. I lock the opposite lane, he goes for the ability. I go for another Ice Spirit, dies 2, that 2 out of 2. 2 Ice Spirit played horribly. Though I believe if I would have played them a little bit before, I could have gotten them to connect, but it didn't really happen. The situation is terrible. He has pretty much a full tower, and I have like a tower with 30% HP. But I have a dream. The dream is basically just Evo Scallies connecting, since it doesn't really have splash cards anymore. Wall Breakers kinda count, so yeah. Musketeer stuck, it's the only way I can do something, and he wastes the arrows trying to chip down the Musketeer, so I get the chance to go in. I go Hog Rider, and I purposely missed the Fireball, because I knew if I would have kept them. Okay, no, I'm just yapping. I just failed the Fireball. Please don't judge me. I keep applying pressure with the Ice Golem. Berserker dies. Hog Rider in the middle to tank for the Musketeers. Log for whatever he wanted to play there, and we actually got the win thanks to the Evo Scallies. W evolutions. I never trash talk on them. Well, maybe sometimes I do, but deep down they are still my favorite evolutions. Don't get me wrong, they're not good. They fucking suck, but they're still decent. Of course, after playing a Recruits player, we need to play another Recruits guy. That is just a unwritten rule. I believe this guy also lost in single. Like, he played incredibly bad. He cycled Cage, which is actually a pretty good play to do against 2.6. I mean, you're helping me. Anyway, I believe it's a terrible matchup, because he also has Fireball, but I still think I can win in single elixir, since it's pretty costly, I mean expensive, and I cycle a lot, and I also got pretty good knowledge on how to play it. I let the Brawler hit, because I was afraid I would have not been able to have enough for cannon by the second the Fly Machine would have crossed the bridge, in case he would have played pigs, arrows, or something like that, though we were kinda even. And at this point, I kinda wanna take the field control, since single is his only struggle in this matchup. Cycles recruits the back, and my plan right here is just to, I don't know, take the control of the field and maybe catch him off guard in case he wants to go pigs. Which that is what I kinda wanted to and I was hoping for, so I go Hog Rider and Musketeer just to defend the guards, I mean the recruits and whatever he wanted to play. And I also got a counter push with the Musketeers after that. He goes for Zappies the back, which I believe it was a terrible play. He should have pressured me, forcing the fireball and things like that. He just gave me a free log. And right here, I kinda outplay him. I knew he was higher on Elixir, so I stalled the Zappies, protected my evil Skellies, and got Hog Rider the opposite lane, while also playing the cannon to minimize the damage, basically. And he gets 400 damage, and I get 2000 damage, pretty much. I don't know how much the tower was at, but I knew the tower is down. I keep applying pressure, because I don't want him to have a chance in double Elixir too. I don't really want him to play the recruits, that's all. Matter of fact, he goes pigs, and I just go fireball, cannon, and everything just to defend. And I don't even think there's any point into commenting what I'm about to do now, because it's just stalling, and he lost in single, trying to outsmart me. The BM was deserved. This was like the 5th Royal Recruits player that I faced in the GT up to this point, which they're fucking annoying. Like, please change deck, give up. I don't know, start playing E-Giant, something else. But no recruits, they're just fucking annoying. Okay, we got the last game, up against Adam. A TikTok streamer, probably the best or second best USA drill player. And he proves that by going drill first play. Okay, no. Jokes aside, it's not a bad move, as much as I made it feel like. As soon as I played Skellies, he was like, okay, it's a cycle, there's no bad play against the drill first play against the cycle. And as you can see, I'm not playing Fireball anymore. I switched to Lining just to avoid 2 matchups in particular. This one and the Graveyard Evil Witch. Because, you know, you can just Lining both the Demolisher and the Evil Witch and still get a chance to break through. But against very good players, you're not really gonna break through. And as you're gonna see in this game, I never got a hog shot, at least on the side I wanted to. Right now he doesn't really know I have Lining, so I go for a cheeky Hog Rider Lightning on the Spirit and the Tesla. My mistake most likely here was not going log right about now, as soon as he logged, just to catch the Fire Spirit, I mean the Ice Spirit, and get a hog shot. I still wanna try, keep applying pressure, forcing both of his evils out. So I go split Skellies, Ice Golem, and Hog Rider opposite lane, because yeah, I was expecting him to Tesla in a weird position, because it was obvious I was going for Hog Rider, and I still get no damage other than the Lining, though I'm still winning. I'm a little bit up in Elixir, but I believe I still start from the back with a Musketeer just to keep up the pressure and the field control. Because most importantly, when they do not have a big spell, you wanna stack Musketeers as much as you can, just to win the bridge battles and always being able to go in after the defense. Set up a pressure with the Ice Spirit, trying to force something out of him. Ice Golem high in case he wanted to demolish her. I kinda misplaced my cannon, unfortunately, so I get 1 Goblin Stab, but the Lining on the Demolisher kinda carries everything back. We're gonna start from the back once again, though I'm a little bit down in Elixir. I go for a preemptive Ice Spirit, in case he wanted to swap the drill position, and I defend pretty well, once again. I would say having the 2 red 3 blue kinda helped a lot in this matchup. Yeah, I actually Lining fucking Skellies and went Hog Rider. I mean, the other thing that was funny was me Lining Skellies because I had to keep up an insane damage lead. I also went to Hog Rider to pressure. You're gonna see me doing that every time when I have a Musketeer or when I have a terrible cycle, just to avoid him building up pushes and actually using the spells on defense. I mean on offense. So I'll force them on defense. Forced a terrible sequence out of him because his cycle was kinda chopped. So I win the bridge battle once again, avoiding him to go in. I have a Musketeer down, I still want him to defend or actually waste the Evil Snowball on defense. Evil Cannon on the Ice Spirit. Again, to keep up the pressure, and there is no bad play about it. I believe he also goes Demolisher, the River. Yeah, to chip down that. Again, another Musketeer. Terrible Hog Rider by me. I kinda thought he was going to change the drill position. And here I actually predict this Demolisher, because as I said, you always want to win the bridge battles against 2.6. So it was kinda obvious to me that it was going to play the Demolisher. I go for a log here, because well, I had to kill the Tesla and also predict the Skellies. And ended up working pretty well since he wasted the log on defense. I cycled back to another Hog Rider because I didn't have the log in cycle, so I had to. I go for a terrible log, unfortunately, which makes him go in. Very aggro. I am okay with that because I can block everything, but unfortunately he has a very good cycle and a very good sequence. I believe a Goblin also got a shot now. I clock up on defense, very last second cannon, and he still gets the Goblins pushed on towers for 2 shots. That is kinda annoying me, so I go lining. I block the bridge again for the knight, go for another late log. Predicting his spells, never playing my Skellies first. That is a thing I noticed. He also wanted to go a lot of times with the spells first. He goes for the... Bro, I just can't keep up with how many times the snowball is so good with drill. But I lightning cycle, and I managed to actually win the game. Just by lightning cycle, pressuring correctly with the hog when I had to, and mainly defend. I actually believe without true red, true blue, I would have never won this. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and until next time.